Okay, I wanted to talk about traveling and living abroad and how to get a job abroad. I've worked in both South Korea and Prague. I worked in South Korea for a little over a year and Prague a little under a year. And I was, like many foreigners who decide to live abroad, I was an English teacher. And there are a lot of benefits of taking this path and some disadvantages, but I really think it's pretty much the only way as a foreigner you can make a good living out of college in a foreign country. There's several places you can go. The most popular place is Asia. That's why I started off in South Korea. But you can also go to Europe. That's why I went to Prague. It's the number one city to go to in Europe. That's the easiest for foreigners. They hire the most English teachers. And then, some people, they go to Saudi Arabia or somewhere in the Middle East, and that wasn't for me. I didn't want to do that. But, yeah, there are options, but if you're thinking about it, I would recommend doing Asia first, because they're most likely the company that you'll work for will be willing to pay for your apartment or help you out with a plane ticket, whereas in Europe or elsewhere it's kind of you're on your own a little bit more. And if you are just out of college, I would recommend Korea. That's what I did. And if you want to save money, if you have student loans to pay, Korea is your best bet. I saved $10,000 in 1 year, and I no longer have any student loans. So I think it was probably a good decision to choose Korea, but it was tough. I earned that money I made. It was really hard work. I taught kindergarten and elementary school. But from my views, then pretty much most other foreigners that I've talked to have decided that they love Korea. I loved living in Korea. I think it's an amazing country. The culture there, the food, oh my goodness, the food is amazing. I loved Korea, but teaching, especially I taught kindergarten and elementary school, so really young kids, was really difficult, really challenging, especially as someone who had never had any previous experience as a teacher. I had a lot of difficulties with that. I did make it through. It was a lot of hard work though, but I think worth it. I'm so happy I got to go abroad and experience what it's like in a different country, living in a different country. It's not just traveling. You're not just packing your bags and, going to visit a couple cities for a couple weeks and then going home. It's like you have to live there. So you deal with things that, travelers, tourists wouldn't deal with. Like I have to buy shampoo and conditioner. All these bottles are in Korean. I can't read Korean. Things like that. I accidentally bought cat food once because I thought it was tuna fish. I didn't eat it, but I almost did. Just all these little things that you run into being a person who lives in a foreign country versus a person who travels in one. But it was good. Yeah, I would really recommend it. If you're the type of person just out of college and wants a job that's not just in an office all day, wants a little bit more of a challenge, an experience, then go for it. Go for it, definitely. I think in the next videos I'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of getting a job in either Asia or Europe. I can't really say much for the Middle East because I've never done it, though I have looked on a lot of jobs boards and I know that they do pay well, but it's not for me. But yeah, so introduction to living and teaching abroad.